it's me, Lee. This vlog is called Spiritual Plan. I decided to do a vlog about what I'm doing before I delve into anything else. A time before, I decided to be very gung-ho about this Christian walk, and because, as I said in my intro vlog, I grew up in a church, but some time ago, a little while ago, maybe a couple years ago, I decided to really give it my all. And the way I went about that is, I was in a church. It was a very small church. It's maybe about 6 or 7 of us. And I decided to just cut off everything and everybody, try to be as perfect as I could be all at once. And I didn't have any goals, really. I just wanted to be better. And for a while, it worked. It worked out for me for a while. And the way I started doing it is because something happened to me. I was going through something at that time in my life, which happens to a lot of people. That's when they start, seeking the Lord. But you don't have to do it that way. You could just decide, maybe see this and decide, or even on your own terms, just, be like, I want to do this, or whatever. But anyway, getting back to my point, it didn't really work out after a while. It became harder to resist the things that I didn't want to do anymore. And little by little, I started letting things go back to how they were. And until I was just, praying a little bit and, asking God for forgiveness, knowing that I was going on the right path, but not really wanting to change again because it was demanding. And it is demanding, and you have to want it. It has to be a strong desire for you, and you can ask God for that desire. But anyway, this time around, and I've been trying to do this for a little bit now. I decided to have a spiritual plan. Now, I don't know if it's right or if this is what I'm supposed to do, but I figure I plan out other things in my life so that I can have some type of order to it, so it can be, order, whatever. I figure, why not have a spiritual plan? And every day I can add to it, or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm going to pull it up here. Oh, I have it up here on my computer. And I'll put a picture of it or something after I finish talking. But my spiritual plan, I have 10 things on my list. And then, well, let me just tell you what's on it. My spiritual plan, I decided to have the first hour with the Lord every day. My first hour when I wake up, consisting of prayer, reading the Bible, worship, or enriching my plan, and to have it be as private as possible so I don't have any distractions, because I live here with my family. They come in and talk to me while I'm sitting there reading my Bible, and not that they want to distract me, but I found that it could be a distraction. Also, for people that work or go to school or anything, right now I finished school, and right now I'm not working. I'm looking for a job. So I have the luxury of just waking up and then having my first hour with the Lord and whatever. But when I was in school, the first time that I decided to do this, although I didn't have a plan, I did have my first hour. I decided to wake up an hour earlier than I normally did, or half an hour, excuse me, it wasn't an hour, it's half an hour earlier. And I watched programs that they had on in the morning, and I read my Bible a little bit. So you can do that. You can decide to do that if that's what you want to do. My second bullet on here is I write down the decisions I struggle with and pray for an answer. Things where you're not sure. You're like, is it wrong for me to do this? Does God want me to do this? And there's going to be a lot of things like that that you're not sure about, and then you just pray for it. You pray for an answer, and God will show you. And sometimes we're stubborn. And I know I'm stubborn a lot, but I found that this works for me. Also, I wanted to pray every day at noon, which has not worked out for me yet, because I wake up pretty early, but praying at noon. I remember to pray, but it's not always at noon. So you can just have like a second prayer of the day, because I like to pray in the morning when I wake up and then at night. But a middle prayer is good too, because I found that during the day I'm so busy with other stuff and doing things that I think about the Lord every now and then, but a prayer to keep me focused that works for me, and I think that that's good for me. Also, pray every night before I go to bed, of course, I just mentioned that. And for my Bible, I have read at least 3 chapters a day. Phone call. Oh, telemarketer. Anyway, read at least 3 chapters a day. Now, at this point, I started out with 3, and then I read 3 or whatever, but now up to 6. So, and you don't have to start with 3, because, like I said before, you can be really busy and have a lot of things to do. And you can read a chapter a day or a few verses, whatever you want to do. But I've decided that I want to read the entire Bible for myself. I've been in church my whole life and probably have read the entire Bible, but I was young, and, you know, I want to read it for my own understanding. Because although you can go to church and preach, you still should read it for yourself to have your own understanding. So I read 3 chapters, at least 3 chapters. I'm up to 6 now. For temptation, when faced with temptation, I will get up from where I am, go somewhere else, drop to my knees, and pray for deliverance. Because when you're tempted, it's hard.